Hi, everybody. I'm Simon Diaz. Today is a new episode of Let's Talk, and it's going to be something really interesting because today we have our significant others here. This is Diana Bosso, my wife. This is Kanye Bratton, my business partner, and this is Chase, professional photographer husband. Today we're going to talk a lot of shit, so here we go. So, significant other day. Today the topic is the good, the bad, and the ugly of living with a full-time artist slash content creator. What do you think about that?
I'm pretty scared, to be honest. I think that we're going to get reamed. I think they're going to talk so much shit about us, and they can get away with it.
All right, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Diana. I've been Simon's wife for some time already, and
What is some time?
It's been 13
Regretting
years
time.
already.
13 years, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
13 years. So, it's been a trip. It's been a trip. I guess there are so many things that we're going to be able to finally take out from our hearts today, right?
Not me.
What about you guys?
Well, this guy? I don't know. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. I'm Chase. Carly and I have been together for over 10 years now. She's been a photographer this whole time, so it has been quite the journey. The ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything that goes with being a creative's husband and trying to support them.
Many an arguments.
What do you think is the toughest part to live with an artist?
Ooh. The first thing that comes to mind, definitely time management and just trying to...
I suck at time management.
No, me too. Yeah,
Yep, he does.
absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
How dare you to complain about my time management?
Well, for us, I think it's a everyday problem trying to get with everything done. It is complicated, especially for us that we also have a family, right? It is complicated, especially dealing also with a business. Creative part is it takes a lot of the time sometimes, and of course having the kids at home gets distracting sometimes during the way. So we have our timing like. It is very, very complicated to be able to set a time for us sometimes, just for us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right?
absolutely.
Just for us. I don't know how you guys do it.
Well, everything's a priority, so nothing's a priority.
Exactly.
So then the things that don't pop up start sliding, like date nights.
Oh, exactly.
Like,
Yes.
oh, what time are you going to be home? Oh, yeah, I'll be home around 4. 4:30 rolls around. 5 o'clock rolls around.
Oh, no.
6 o'clock
That's
rolls
not me.
around.
That's her.
I'm working.
I'm very on time.
We're talking about your flaws today, not hers.
Okay.
Oh, no, I want to
Okay.
about some stuff too.
Okay. So one of the things that I liked about having your own business, right, is that you are going to be able to take care of your own timing, right?
Yeah.
Ideally.
Right.
I'm a pro, baby.
But of course, I have a full-time job. I do not pick my schedules. So he is the one taking care of the kids now. And for him also be able to be a father and have time for the editing, sometimes it is complicated. I see him awake sometimes that he spends until 3 a.m., like 4 a.m., just editing. And those are the kind of things that I really admire, you know. Sometimes I make fun of him, like, oh my gosh, like you can sleep the whole day, but when you see it in another way, right? They probably has been awake the whole night just to finish with the editing part. I don't know how you do that, for example.
I don't stay awake all night. That's his problem. I think it's a man thing, to be honest.
It's a man thing?
Yes. Because, no, I do not. I do not stay awake all night. I used to
She
stay up.
cannot stay up all night.
I cannot. I used to stay up late to edit after the kids went to bed when they were little. Now that they have, I usually, since they're in school, I work while they're in school if possible, and it's completely flipped. But this has been within the last 2 years that we've really switched it to where I don't edit in the evenings anymore. We're too busy. Yeah. We've got basketball, we've got dinner that needs to be cooked, and it's different too because I'm a female creative, so I'm also the homemaker. I'm also the bus driver, you know, the nurse, the
You
maid.
drive a bus?
Yeah, I drive the bus, the mom-mobile to the school and back,
mom-mobile.
to basketball
I had the
practice,
Batmobile.
Field trips.
doctor's appointments.
Oh, the church.
And the
Church,
church, yeah.
all of
I
your
do,
church
I do
responsibilities.
all of the things with the kids on top of trying to be creative too. And for so long it was, especially when they were little and we didn't have those things, my priority was work and was building my career, and everything else fell to the wayside, typically our relationship, and it was just, that was it.
Usually me.
Yes, usually him, but he's still here, which is great.
Well, I think it's the best part to live with a creator.
The best.
I mean, I'm the best.
Well,
You got
in
all
my
Pass.
case, in my case, I'm also like a very creative person. So I always was into drawing and painting. And, you know, if you've seen my house, I don't know if you ever had a chance to come visit me, you've seen that I have my space full of
It's a mess.
just random things that
It's a messy
I
space.
like. I have like crafting things everywhere, like glues, my hot gun.
So you're both
my
creatives.
jewelry. So we both like to create in different ways, and sometimes it's good and bad. Sometimes because we are kind of stubborn at the same time, and we disagree.
I know what you're talking about.
We disagree because we have different tastes, but one of the things that I really enjoy is having the chance to meet other creative persons. And that I really enjoy very much because that kind of helps me out with my creativity as well. Knowing other photographers, other makeup artists, other videographers, other models, everyone that I've been surrounded with have helping me see things in a different way, let's say that. One of the good things, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't relate because I'm not a creative. I can appreciate it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, that looks great, honey. That's cool. You made a new action. I don't know
I know
what
it's
that
funny
means.
that's the same shit you should last week. Huh. I
Yeah.
don't see the difference. But I tried this new light. Huh? Yeah.
Okay, cool.
When we pour our heart and soul into a project, into a piece, or we're like, oh my gosh, look how sexy this couple looks, and he's just like, all right.
Oh, I mean, it's like, Diana, what do you think? Me? Oh, like, she just walk away. It's like,
Yeah, it
bro,
looks good.
like, really?
Great.
Yeah, getting emotional validation from a spouse is hard because they know you're the best, right?
They're mean.
They're not. So when it comes down to it, it's like, I don't know, is it not as impressive anymore?
No, I don't think it's that. Sometimes takes whatever we say, right? Whatever we do, we want to be supportive. We also want to be real, and sometimes we struggle. with that.
Oh, you have a story.
So be
I have a story
real
about
and
this.
I wanna hear that.
And be, not hurt other people's feelings. So looks great, honey, fits everything, right? It fits if it's something is not right, and it fits if if he thinks it's okay, then like it looks great. Looks great.
Just like
It's a catch-all.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'm going to be supportive regardless, but what I say, you're going to say, it could be better. Or, no, it's fantastic.
Or if I would
You're not going to
change
listen to
that
what
if
we
I were
say.
you. Exactly. It's like, I would change that if I were you. No, I like it that way. Oh, okay. I didn't want to hurt anybody's egos here, but it was like,
ego
okay.
is crazy with the creatives. Oh, my Lord. Okay,
It's
so
not me this time,
story
you see.
time. A few years ago, Carly entered a photography competition, and she got so offended that she was only awarded bronze.
Oh, you wanted the Sue
she
Bryce
was
stuff?
still, I don't remember what this was, but then the
was
ego was hurt.
AF and
So
S.
then she started going through all of these other winners, and she's like, I'm better than this person. I'm better than this person.
Wow.
The
What an
ego
ego.
was unbridled
Wow.
and out for everyone to
So,
see.
don't do that.
So had to pump the brakes there a
Right.
little bit
Kids,
and
don't
check
do that at
the
home.
ego.
I'm pretty sure she's not the only one, is she?
Oh, absolutely not. However, how do you deal with like the creative ego and how sensitive it is?
It is, and I think it's
I ain't
all
sensitive.
part of the. It's all part of the creative person, like it's like you're talking about their babies, their creations. Like you cannot say those mean things about their babies, right?
Yeah.
I want
but this-
chismes.
I can give you
Chismes?
chismes.
Chismes
Yes.
is money, right? You just
No,
want-
chismes is gossip. I want the
Gossip.
dirt.
Oh, the dirt.
Yeah, that's what they hear. Okay, let's.
Oh,
let's
I got one for you. I got a good question for you. When he does well with his business, how's
Okay.
your sex life?
Oh,
Oh,
that's always great.
That's a good question.
Always banging,
That's a
baby.
good question.
Making
because
and the
even
money.
when people don't want to talk about it, it does affect.
performance.
No, it does because we
Oh, no.
worry about so many things. We cannot
I
focus
read a
on other
book
things.
about it.
We can only focus on surviving, right? When we do not have enough money sometimes to afford our living, we only are able to focus on surviving. So it is hard to have a relationship when we are always stressed with that.
But Simon, though, I want to hear from
Yes.
you. Do you feel like you're more like, I'm the man, baby?
I'm
come
always
here,
horny,
come
baby.
here." Yeah.
I'm always horny. That's
Yeah, no,
Everybody
the
knows
answer
that.
is yeah, no, it is better. It is better just
I did
because
not
we're
know
not
that.
that worried about those tiny things.
I'm a
And I think
hamster.
it's everyone's. You are.
Oh my gosh. Well, I feel like there was a time where the quality of my work and the amount of money that I was making was directly correlated to my sex drive.
I think it,
And the
okay,
quality.
in my case is, for example, if we got a lot of money, that sometimes we got great months that we can make 20K in a month, and then we got 2 months that we are making zero. For example, when I was stuck in Peru, now I had to come back.
I
Now
thought you
we-
got deported.
I was, but I'm in my way to come back. So now I need to come back, not thinking, hey, I need to make my dick happy. It's like my kids need to eat, so I need to go back to the mentality of hustling. And sometimes it's being up for like 20 hours in a day,
Yep.
and then you keep, the grinding, the hustling until you find something balanced, and your mind is focused on, I need to make this
Yes.
happen.
Yep, that's your
So,
priority.
yeah,
It's top.
It's
top priority.
And then in your body, so I'm going to be 44 in April.
Mm-hmm.
My body's kind of, I know when I was 20, I was telling her, we talked about this a few weeks ago. When I was in my 30s, I can go and drink until 6 a.m. and then I can go to work like easy.
Right.
Now if I drink 2 beers, I'm like,
Like a grandpa.
yeah.
Like a grandpa.
So that also affects because, it's, my mind is, I need to make money. My body's kind of like, yeah, bro, you know what? Maybe tomorrow I can think about it. And then I see her walking. It's like, hey, honey, want to do something? Okay, let's wait for the kids to be out. Fucking kids, they never leave. They leave
They
there.
never
Oh
leave.
yeah, we
Oh
have
my
sometimes
gosh.
so we wait sometimes for so long for the kids to be out, and then something.
Yeah, because they're little cock blockers.
I know.
True.
Oh, they got
Always.
sick.
They
Oh,
can
we
They
have
can
to pick
smell
them
it.
up.
They can
They got a
sense it.
fucking radar or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Yes.
disturbance in the force, and they're just like,
Oh, finally, we're gonna have some time for us. Oh, it's a snowing.
Sebastian goes up.
It's a snowing.
Knock, 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 knock. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Like,
They-
no,
they
we're
closed the
not
school
going
3
to
days.
school.
oh, they
Oh,
did
the snow
last
days.
They were the
week.
banging
Oh,
days.
my lord.
Yeah. You guys were banging during those days?
Hell yeah.
We're like,
But they were home.
we were supposed
We
to
got
have
more rooms
some
in my house.
time for us. We're like, the kids are still here. We need to get rid of them somehow.
Yeah, and we've had the flu, so our kids have been home nonstop, and it's just
Yeah,
We
and
had
then
one.
have
We had
president's
one day
week.
together on Tuesday, and we didn't talk about work. We didn't talk about bills, finances. We went to the gym and we went grocery shopping, and it was the best day. Because
We had lunch too.
Yeah, those
And
are
we had lunch.
those. There
Those
are
are
fantastic.
great days.
Last time we went out was the day he had citizenship. That we celebrate. We went to Fogo de Chao. We went eat.
His favorite restaurant.
That's my
It's
favorite
his
place.
favorite place. Well, mine too. Yeah.
I was telling her, you know what? We need to celebrate. We got the kids at home. Fuck those fuckers. Let's go and eat something. Just you and I. So she was okay. Let's go because we were there already.
Yeah.
And that was 2 months ago.
Yeah. A long time ago.
So keep in mind that the timing, it's not so great. And again, it's your brain is. My brain right now is how can I make this happen? The studio, the focus on the opening and bringing people and build
the
a new
photo
portfolio,
shoots.
the new brands that are working with us, and that's a lot of things.
Yeah, no, there is way more behind from just taking photos. Sometimes people they don't know how much time does it needs.
Yeah.
To be running after these kind of businesses, talking to the sponsors, talking to the clients, talking to another photographers, right?
Yeah.
So it takes a lot of time. And it takes a lot of time in their lives and at the same time from the life from the family as well.
Yep.
And again, when you have kids, things are way
Oh, yeah.
different because they come as a priority.
Right.
And sometimes they are like, Mommy, I'm hungry. Daddy, I'm hungry. Any time of the day. And you have to be there for them.
Yep. Because they don't have a babysitter. They don't have someone watching them. You're
Right.
working and you're watching them.
Yes.
And also as the spouse, you're also helping. So you're still working.
Yes, I'm still working. I still have
That
to
put
take
him to
care
work.
of things.
Yeah. I say
Yeah,
a couple
we-
months ago, no, a little bit longer than that. I was in Jersey, and I was talking to a good friend of mine, and we're talking about define success, right? And we have a person, a very well-known photographer, as a reference, and she mentioned, you know what, bro? For whatever we are doing, we're doing great. And I was, but I want to be like that. She said, well, she has a huge advance that we don't have. I was, what is it? She doesn't have kids. We're kind of, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're married, you can be, hey, I'm gonna be for 2 weeks in Europe doing some tours or whatever, and all right, the other person is an adult. They can cook, they can whatever they do. But if you got 2 kids, you need to take it to bed, you need to be ready for school, you need to make breakfast, yada yada yada. It's kind of about, yeah, that's right.
And when
So-
we're gone on trips, then they are the ones that are left with the kids. which
Sometimes
is-
I used to work like on trips, like really. Remember when
Yes.
2021
Yes.
when during pandemic, I was like more time out than in.
yeah, I think
So-
about 2022 was my biggest year where I was gone.
Oh, you were
It was
traveling.
2022, I think so.
lot.
Was
traveling
like
a
that.
lot.
Yeah,
And-
I think it was 2022.
Yeah.
And I think it's also different too because you guys are you're the creative. I mean, you're both creatives, but you're the photographer in the family and the entrepreneur. So you're the one whose schedule's so fluid, but you're the primary caretaker of the kids still.
Yeah, but
So
it's
when-
still, there were moments that we were in the same thing. So there were moments that he was the only provider at home, and I was taking care of the kids. Then after some time, after pandemic, I think we were into a issue that, like any other, like we didn't have enough income, so we still needed to, like Simon says, like to hustle.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't come from one side, it needs to come from another side, or somehow needs to get in.
Yeah, she opened her
Because-
OnlyFans. That's how we survive. For
Of course.
Senora Maria, she got OnlyFans.
My Fitbit.
Put your
That's her mom now.
we'll put your tag on the bottom.
Yeah.
Shout out
So
OnlyFans.
we have kids, and sometimes that's also our motivation to keep doing what we do.
Yeah.
Like keep pushing. We do not give up because we have things and we have the kids that they still depend on us.
Yeah.
So we're still working for them. So yeah, I've been working full time for more than a year already, and Simon has been the one taking care of the kids.
Right.
So it's been
Should me, please.
so it has been him spending more time with the kids lately.
Right.
But yeah,
It's
of course,
fun.
we still have
It has its moments.
the
I take those bumps with me
responsibility.
everywhere.
It's fun when they're at school.
Yeah, he still has the time to travel though. So when he travels, I'm the one taking care of them.
Yeah.
I still have to find timing, right, for me, spending time with them, making sure that they brush their teeth, get in the bed on time, right? They do not kill each other, right? But yeah,
Every day, all the time.
but it's been fun. Thanks to photography, I think we've been able to meet like awesome people like Lindsay or Bruce. Oh, like show you t-shirt. I like it.
Bruce is on her titties.
Yes.
Finally.
He says it's like America. I want you to rock. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I really enjoy
Yeah.
of this trip.
You know, and a lot of people too. I'll speak for the female photographers out there. Don't have supportive spouses like I do, and that's something that I need to like gloat on you
Oh, please do.
for a moment because
I want to see that.
I
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
this man
Praise
right
me.
here, this best friend right here, this guy that has seen me through
Thick and thin.
thick and thin. I started in our 1-bedroom apartment living room
Watching on the
natural
grind.
light, and it was just me, and I was working so hard towards this goal. And I remember going onto these chat rooms or Facebook groups, and these moms are saying, my husband tells me that I can only ever work on Saturdays because he doesn't want to take any time off work. My husband says that I can't buy any camera equipment even though I earned this money because it needs to go into savings. My husband this, my husband that. There's so many spouses out there that are extremely controlling.
Yep. And sometimes it's a matter of trust, believing not only in his dreams, but in other people's abilities.
I've never experienced that with him. And every step of the way, he's been the one to say, well, why don't you just pull the trigger and do it? And I really appreciate that because I think that you've been the one to tell me you need to go buy a new camera. You need to have 2 batteries, when I'm like, I don't want to make this big purchase. You're like, but it's for your investment.
Mm-hmm.
Or when I've said, I want, to hire an employee, but I'm scared to, you're like, you just need to do it. So yeah, you're the one that.
About being supportive. Something that I want to add is when I started in the garage, at some point we started doing a lot of nudes, remember?
Oh, yeah.
And
We have
Of
so much
each
to say
other
about
together.
that. Oh, no. We have, remember the bees?
Bees?
bees.
Yeah.
Well, actually, wasps.
Wasps. We're
Ooh.
wasps. We're
I did a shoot. It's called The Color Ink Your Skin. So I was at the 2 women. So we have 8 hot ass naked women in my studio,
In your garage.
in my garage.
Wow.
It used to be my studio. And a wasp
invasion.
I think they make a short on the circuits of the smoke detectors.
Mm-hmm.
And my entire house, beep, 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 beep,
Like
beep. It
every
didn't stop. And it
5
was
minutes.
so loud. It was so loud that somebody called the cops.
Oh my gosh. And you had
The cops
5
came.
hot ass naked ladies.
8,
We
actually.
In your
actually
garage.
had more because we had the models, we had the makeup artists.
Was the
and
garage
we-
door open?
No, it was open just because in our garage there weren't much space for everyone to be there, so they were wandering around. Of course, some of them they were wearing robes, some were not, right?
Smoking.
But we were having the wasp on the ceilings, the girls still walking
Yeah.
around
The cop
unaware
walks in.
what was happening because they were only listening to the
Yeah. Cop walks in and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" What the heck? I said,
Yeah, neighbor
and I was with my
called.
camera. What's going on here?
Uh,
I'm doing the photo shoot. Can you open the door?
Freak it open.
Oh shit! Okay. So the guy opened the
check
stuff,
on the smoke. He
and
didn't
the
see
wasps come
anything.
out.
Oh gosh.
and we had to stop for about like 30 minutes or something until they fix it. And then he says like, "Good job." Just walk away. But I heard a lot of guys. So when we did nudes and I post my nudes, oh yeah, that's beautiful, but I will never do this because my wife doesn't let me. It's kind of why?
Oh yeah,
You doing
yeah.
your job? I mean, there's money in doing finer nudes.
Yeah.
No, my wife gets upset. My wife gets, I cannot shoot any models because my wife tells me not to shoot with women. It's like, how you want to do that? How you want to make money? Like, obviously, there's the other side of people trying to be, creeps with nudes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, like you.
yeah,
Whereas
sometimes.
there are some limits, I guess, right? There are some limits. The nudes that we like to do, they are like really nice nude photos that we appreciate, like human shapes. But of course, like sometimes there's not everyone who does the same thing, right? I cannot just say that every photographers had bad intentions or every photographers have good intentions with the models or not. So,
Yep.
but I understand. In my perspective, well, I used to see also naked people sometimes where you have to do drawings
Collaborations
and
on
things like
OnlyFans.
that. So it's not a bad thing, right? But there are some limits, I guess. That there is a limit, and if it makes your partner uncomfortable, you also need to respect that. I don't know. What about you guys?
I don't know. I do what I want.
She does. She's done boudoir before, and I haven't really said anything about it. I don't care. It's not something that I'm particularly fond of or interested in.
He likes it when I do boudoir for him, though.
Yeah, boudoir
that's
is one thing,
different.
but
No,
what
when
about
I do
erotica?
boudoir pictures.
Yeah.
But what about erotica, for example? That
I've
is
never done that.
different. That is
that is different, and I think I would draw that line there because
exactly.
Actually,
there's a
I'm
difference
booked for
between
erotica.
nudes and
You are?
like
Yeah, I already got my
tasteful
first shot for
art,
it.
and then
There's
there's a
a
difference
line.
between that and porn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think erotica is more, the fine line. Defining, okay, your imagination starts here because your eyes cannot see this much.
The line is it in or not? That's
No.
the line.
And
Yeah,
also
pretty
saying that
much.
sometimes
Kind of. The line is different for everybody, though. So we can't say
Exactly.
that there's a particular place where we say, oh, this is art
Exactly.
versus,
This
now
is
we're
porn.
just filming porn. Like, fuck, what are we
Exactly.
doing here?
There's a line in everything. You can draw a line in the sand for whatever you would do with creativity, but it's
They don't understand.
Yeah, but
they
the
don't get
thing
it.
is
They
that-
don't get it.
the
They
thing is
don't
that-
understand.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
gonna
the peasants
bothers
don't
you
get
no,
it.
they
Forgive
don't get
me.
it. This is the ego coming out.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, here we go.
Ego. Do I have an ego right now? No, Simon, you don't have an ego. You see?
You have an ego, Simon. You're
Lies.
Yeah.
He's
So
it's
there's
the only time I've ever heard a man try and say that his thing is smaller than it actually is, because he says, "Oh, my ego's so small," and I'm like, "Babe, your ego."
But no, there are some limits, like we were saying before. Like, I know that there's a couple of occasions, I'm not going to say names, due to respect that I still have, that there are people that just go off the limits. They do not respect the people that are surrounded with. And that's the way that they are. That doesn't
I want
mean
to
that
hear
I
the
have
story.
to
I want to
accept
hear
it.
it.
No.
No.
No. No. But in those kind of
it mean?
things, I like, you know what? That depends
do
on
you
you. You want to take it? You want to take the job out of money? That's okay. That goes out of you. I'm not going to be involved in that because that's not me.
Right. Like,
So-
how much are you willing to sell your creative integrity
Exactly.
and your ego for money? Like,
Oh,
what
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
where? How do you decide
There
that
is a
price tag?
line.
All right,
in there.
that's a line here. Okay.
Okay.
My job, I'm a photographer. That's my job. all right?
You click.
If somebody
That's all you
tells me,
do.
hey, you want to create something, when I want to create, I'm going to create whatever I want. But if somebody says, I'm going to pay you to shoot this, depending how much they pay me, I will say yes or no to the job. I have a guy actually, like, literally do this, and I have to be with my lens. Really? Yeah, really. Like that? Yeah, like that. All right, cool. This much. Cool. Thank you. See you next time.
But when you go home, do you feel good about yourself?
Or do you wanna take that
only
shower
Are
'cause you
gonna
feel
put
dirty?
Your name? Hey, I did took the photo. Are you gonna feel like proud of saying, yeah, that looks
But again,
artistic enough?
it's something
no,
that-
you're just
okay,
gonna
okay.
do it out of money.
it's that's because that's my job.
Exactly. It's
I
not
mean,
like
yes, living in a
that
capitalistic
there's-
society.
If you ask Annie Leibovitz, to me, that's one of the best photographers in the world. She said, photography is not an art. We are artists. Photography, being a photographer is a job. I take photography very serious as my job. My creative side, yes, I try to do like fine art the painterly portraits, the fine art nudes and stuff like that. That's whatever I want to do. But what is gonna put point in my pocket? If it's something that's not illegal, and it's something that I'm kind of comfortable doing, yeah, I'm gonna do it. They're gonna pay me. I'm gonna get a paycheck. I mean, do you think the guys who clean sewers are so happy with the job? Like, oh my God, I work in the sewer, I'm so happy. No. Any job has the good and the bad side, something that you like, something you don't like to do.
Yeah.
Well, if you put money in your pocket, I want to do it.
No, I do not agree
No.
with that. It's like, yeah, that sounds fun, but no. So
It's like, I don't want to
do
be
not
in the
agree.
sewers.
Yeah, I do not agree. There are some things, selling drugs give you money. You don't sell
I
drugs
said
because it's illegal.
I've done this illegal.
Right. It is illegal. Maybe taking pictures of your feet is not illegal, but hey, are you willing to do that out of money? That's depend on you.
I had a
right?
pregnant woman have me take pictures of her feet.
Like,
You want to hear
that's
this?
their only feet.
She laid on
don't have
her
anything
back
against
and
that.
put her feet up crossed like this, and she said, "Take a picture of my feet, please. But
Maybe
get
they
my
look
bump
cute.
in it." And I went, "Okay."
Maybe
click.
they look cute. You know, there's people who has like nice feet. I don't.
She has
I don't
hobby
really-
feet.
No,
But-
Hobbit feet.
Yeah. Is it the Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Oh, that's his
I
favorite.
fucking love Lord of the Rings. That's
This-
my favorite
okay.
franchise.
He say that just because of my tiny toes aren't from the same size.
This
They
man,
look
not
like
the same.
teeth.
this
With
man,
hair.
if we can talk about photography for about 5 minutes before he goes, his eyes glaze over, and he just goes,
Gosh.
"When is this conversation going to be over?" But the second
the point.
the second I'm like, let's talk about video games. Let's talk about Lord of the Rings or anything that's like fantasy. You're just like, oh yeah, baby, let's talk about this all night long.
Nasty now.
He likes two things, and that's video games
And boobs.
and movies. Oh, I guess and boobs.
So
Yes.
4 things.
So 4 things. Yes, 2 of them. And other than that, he does not give a crap about like when it comes to the artistry and the
That's a
creativity.
man. That's a man thing.
No, when you come home, you're like, oh my gosh, I did this. This is the light I put in.
No, I don't.
You don't talk to me
I
about
don't.
that. I get so
and
excited.
I don't care either.
He doesn't care. He's like,
It's like,
It's like,
Oh, I'm sorry, I blacked out there. Are we done talking
that's
about
what he
nonsense?
looks like when I start talking about my photography, where I'm like, this went so well today.
Because
And then-
you can only talk about the same thing for so long before 1, it gets repetitive, or 2, what is the point? Can we get to the point, please?
exactly.
woman, get to the point.
that was the point.
Exactly.
No, the point is you're talking about everything that goes into it. I'm like, okay, so are we talking because you're upset? No. Are you happy about this and you're proud about it? No. You're just wanting to share this story that has no relevance
wanting
or
the pat on
importance
the
on
back.
anything.
love
There's not even
the
a pat on the back.
I used to do that with Diana before. We're like,
Yeah,
honey,
there
take a
were
look at this. And at some point, I
You
can
realize-
read her face. And
I don't know
her face
how-
was,
So what do you guys do together then?
So that's the thing.
That's
I don't know.
sleep.
After some time, he
together.
realized he
Nice.
he learned how to read my face, and I was like, oh, I need to see how do I look so I can.
now
cheat
she,
my
she,
face.
she comes
Like he
sometimes.
can.
What you doing? Let me see. I was like, fuck you. No, when you see shit.
I know, I'm supposed to share it with
No?
you.
Oh, off my computer.
The one thing that I don't like sharing with him is anything that has to do with business side.
Oh my gosh, because you
this-
never listen.
Because he knows more about business than I do, because his major is in that and he has a degree in business.
Knows more.
Hey, why you don't
like-
listen then?
Oh, yeah, good question. Hey, I have this idea. She's sitting here talking to me, chipping her teeth, being like, oh, well, I'm really struggling with this. And what about this? And it's like, oh, you know what would help with that? A standard operating procedure, a standardized form. That way you have the same shit every single time.
Oh,
Like,
like when
I'm-
the
But
time I
that's
told you
boring.
don't put your prints on the wall
Oh, right?
with tape
No.
because they're gonna fall. I heard, Simon, I got this.
No, fast forward 6 months, 9 months later, and she says, I have this great idea. Here's what we're going to do. And it's what we had a conversation about
Of
6 to
course.
9 months prior. And I'm like, oh, yeah,
course.
here it is. Oh, no, that sounds great, babe.
Because it was my idea all along. It always has to be my idea.
That sounds
not like that,
familiar.
right?
No, you're worse. You're worse. You're worse. So,
Tell it, Diana. I want to hear it.
He's like, oh my gosh, I found this online. This is fantastic. But I'm going to only put it in my wish list, okay?
Oh, so you
So
get it.
I'm
so
gonna
she
get it
gets
in my
it for
wish
you?
list, okay? A few days later, it's like, look, right now it's on clearance.
God bless Timu.
And sometime later, he's like, oh my God,
This
look
guy.
at this.
Hey, these pants are for Timu. They're like $5.
Wait, he's like, how much you love me.
It looks like my dog.
Diana, how much you love me. It's like, oh my God, what do you want?
Oh, the
What did
manipulation.
already- Exactly.
The
What did
manipulation.
you get?
It's on
what did
sale.
you get? What did you get? I found this new camera and these new lenses. And look, you're
I
not
love-
gonna get it.
You
but
already
I
have 3
this.
lenses. Why do you need another one?
Hey,
You
it's
already
different
have so
focal
many.
length.
Oh,
They're
You need
different focal
35,
length.
You have
50,
3.
35 at
Wait,
least.
wait. Now he needs an adapter for the new lenses
Mm-hmm.
for because it doesn't match. And now he needs a new set of things that he didn't need before.
Like my
because he
color
didn't
codes for
have
the
to-
microphones.
Exactly.
Yeah, they all have to be different colors.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my gosh.
Or like an assistant.
No, you are the best in
She wants
business.
fire right now.
You are the best.
She wants to fire Rena.
She wants to fire right
That's why
not
Rena's
true.
not here tonight.
That is not truth. I know I can be cheap, but just because I like to say it.
Cheap is like being nice.
No,
no,
come on,
because she
Simon.
has a fiduciary responsibility.
I had
fiscal
know about
responsibility.
finances. I know better finance
Because
about you.
otherwise, the creatives are just like, oh, look at these
have
brand new
money.
lights. I'm just going to spend
that
it.
much time and
Yes.
Oh, my Lord.
Invest in it.
Invest.
Oh, investments,
Because if I
yes.
spend the money now, then in a couple months I'm going to get more clients and we're going to make more money off of this one thing. And I want it because it looks pretty.
Because this one thing is going to just
yes, it's
bust
gonna fix
everything open.
everything.
Do you
Yes.
hyperfixate?
What's that?
That means that you come
No.
up with an idea and then you're like, I have to do this right now, today. It needs to be done. I think
no.
yes, because I'm pretty sure that Raina and I have had this conversation where
So
it's like,
Simon
Oh, you
has
talking
so
shit
many
about me
ideas.
now?
oh yes, Raina and I talk shit about you all the time.
Oh my gosh. He have ADHD.
Mr.
Oh, the
He has
ADHD.
So
Creatives
he-
and ADHD.
I think
he has
there's a correlation.
ADHD, so he has not one idea. He has like a million of ideas. That he
I write
wants
down
to
the
make.
paper.
Yeah, he
Oh, at
wants
least
to
you
make
write them down.
real, like
Yeah.
everything at the same time.
And I
So
cross them
no.
out when I'm done.
I don't do that.
So
I got
no.
like 30.
I
and
write
did
it on
3.
the. I write them on the paper, and then I put the paper somewhere, and I lose the paper. So then I'm like, shoot. And so then
No.
I add things to another paper, and then I'm like, I want to do
Here's
this.
the
this,
funny.
this, this,
My
this.
I don't understand my own handwriting. So when I write down things, I don't. My handwriting sucks.
It's your
bro.
handwriting.
I know it sucks. So I type it in an Excel sheet and I put it there and I print 2 copies. One is under my keyboard and one is there. So if I lose my paper, I know I got a backup.
Wow, you have a lot more self-preservation than I do.
I'm very organized on my things, but I'm very
Organized.
disorganized on my life.
Not me.
Organization in the creatives.
Oh, how
They
do you
have
see
a
his
system,
face?
right? Does he have a system?
Well, his system is like
Reina.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a good system.
Reina.
Yeah,
system
let me
is
rely on
confused.
someone else.
Ecosystem.
Carly was the same way.
I have an
Where's
assistant.
Bree? I need Bree.
I cannot think
I
without
know.
Reina properly.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it was necessary because I was part of that system before and I couldn't deal with it. It was affecting our relationship. Sometimes it was like, you know what? I cannot deal with you anymore. And that's one of the reasons that I had to step out of the studio.
Oh, I've
I
never
needed to
been
have
part of
my
the system.
own and my own space,
like,
my own things, and just my own work, and just
Yeah,
have
at some
my
point we
separate
decide
things. We're
to,
like,
she's gonna do photography. The things that I don't like to do, like smash cake or cake smash, I don't know how you name it, like the balloons and baby stuff and
All the
And
things I
guess
do,
what?
basically.
yeah,
I
all the
don't
stuff
like it
I don't
either.
like. So I bought her a camera, I bought her the new
Oh,
backdrop.
rookie mistake.
it either.
All the things that she got her own business. We designed her logo.
That's why we have all the weird props over
Yeah,
here.
and then she did like 2 photo shoots. Never seen
Talking
a
about
picture
like
of
the
them.
grenades
I
and
was
stuff.
no.
No,
Oh no
those
no
are my
no! The
stuff.
Yeah,
grenades.
those are his.
Yeah, no. We had
And
like
the
a bunch
skull,
of baby.
the skull rings and necklaces from Timu.
Those are cool.
Hey, that's not for Tim, that's for Tiffany's.
No.
And that's for us, not for pros. But-
you gonna knuckle sandwich him in the face? Yeah, sometimes you want to.
I didn't enjoy it. You know, I didn't enjoy it.
You don't
I
enjoy
like the
hitting him?
process. Oh no,
She didn't like the photography part.
I like just be there, help out with the models, finding the right accessories, the right clothing. Just because I know what do we have here in the studio.
Yeah.
Do
But-
you?
I know what we have here in the studio.
I think
Oh,
she's
yeah?
got a better
Better
idea
than
than
you
you do.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we got Reina here.
Yes. So having Reina,
Shout out to Reina.
thank you, Reina.
Bruja
It's
knows
one
what
of the
everything is.
best
I have no idea what the things are.
Decisions ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know where my lights are and my modifiers are. So this
Simon
from this line
sucks.
here, that's me.
Simon sucks.
From this line
That's your
here,
mantra.
everything is Reina.
So Simon needs to have everything in plain sight for him to know what he has. And even with
I
that,
think that's
he
just a
doesn't.
dude thing
And you know what?
because I'm the
Doesn't
same way.
help.
Hey, babe, where's the ketchup?
Oh my
if I don't know-
god.
He cannot find anything.
One of the most infuriating things as a creator is coming off of the high of creating something amazing, coming home and being like, yes, I'm the boss lady. I just put that out there. I'm so good at what I do. I'm a creative. That's my identity right now. And then you get home and then it's back to the where's my shoes? Where's the ketchup? Where's the dishes?
That's because you're the one who moves the stuff. Don't move my things.
Not the ketchup.
Bro,
If I have it
Do
in a
not move the
particular
ketchup.
place, just leave it in this place.
So now
Why
we're
if you
not
move it,
do
I won't
not
be able to
move
find
the
it.
we're not
ketchup.
talking about creatives. We're just talking about husbands and wives at that
Oh
point.
my
Because
gosh.
I'm just saying though, when you come
No,
home,
it is a creatives thing where it's like I have to reinvent myself every 2 weeks.
that's very true.
Oh, I
Oh,
need
I
to
had to reinvent
change.
myself every
I need to
season,
change the
every 3
backdrop.
months.
Yeah.
I need to change the position of the backdrop. Diana, what do you think about this? They all look like the same to me.
Or
Like,
we ask you, we don't care what you think. We just want
or you
Approving.
just do it.
yes.
And then I come home and I'm like, what is going on? Or I'm in the studio, I'm like, everything has
But
moved.
you know what?
Okay.
He then says to me, it's like, I'm just asking you because I really want your opinion to help
We
me
don't
out
want
here.
your
don't.
That is not
No,
true
they
at
don't.
all. That's so
They want
fake.
validation.
And sometimes
Simon,
he
you
just
just-
wants
Simon,
to
you
just
just-
do it
I don't
for
look for
him.
validation. I look for a different point of view.
You
because
don't care
you
about
don't.
her
Oh
opinion.
my
He calls me
God.
the hater.
I do because
He
it's-
calls me the hater.
For example, my
Yes, you
studio.
are the hater, though.
My
Yes,
studio
there
is
is
set
another
up
job.
for my
Thank you,
own
people.
taste. When you move here and when Rain started moving here, we had to change some things because we need to make it more visually attractive to everybody, not just me. So, do you think I want that wall white? I don't want that wall. I want the wall red.
Oh, gosh.
Do you think I want all those pictures over there? No.
Yeah.
I
But
am
it's still there.
surprised that you two.
I have no opinion on the matter, for the record.
Oh my god. I am surprised that you two haven't heard about, like, that we haven't squabbled, because 2-3 creatives in the space, like Collective Studio, right? Talked about that, where it's like, you know, how do you work well with other photographers when you guys have such different?
Oh,
'cause
that's
you're like,
easy.
I want
I'm the
that wall.
boss.
No, you're not. You think you are. He thinks he's the boss, but
That's
I
it.
call himself.
really it's Reina.
You see the name of the building? Simon Diaz.
Not
Down
anymore.
there, just Reina in the corner. And down there,
in
just
the corner.
like Carly
Like Carly, just a little bit.
with a sticker.
Sticker.
You move and just take it out.
Smart.
What do you think is the worst part with living as a creator? I mean, we talk about the good, the bad. What about the ugly?
I have so many ugly things to say.
Well, spill it.
Name three.
You've been so nice this time. I'm waiting
Right.
to hear the
So-
trash on him.
So sometimes he says like he doesn't have enough time because he's procrastinating. Sometimes, right? He spent so much time yet editing that 3 hours later he's already bored and he's just watching TV. Then he comes back
It's
to the editing
coloring
part.
inspiration.
And he's like,
just
"Oh,
scroll
no."
on my phone
I
and
think-
Yes,
doom
my
scroll
back
for the
hurts.
next
Hey.
2 hours.
My
I think we might be
eyes
the same
are
person.
just-
Amazon has some sales sometimes.
And then he's like, "Oh, you know what? I don't have enough time to do this. I'm gonna finish tomorrow." It's like, "Oh, you just were here there for like a couple of hours."
Wow, it was so rude.
Right? Then he spent a whole night editing. Then
It's
he's
quiet.
like, I've been working the whole night, but because you could have done it earlier if you
So
wanted.
sad.
It's the freaking kids. They don't let me.
Oh yes, it's the kids' fault. Let's
Blame
Blame
the
it on the
kids.
kids.
Let's blame the
Blame
kids.
the
Let's
kids.
blame anything that pops up, being sick, all of the
Blame the
distractions,
kids.
and not take any accountability
Blame
for
the
your own
kids.
time.
You're supposed to help a
management.
brother out.
Yeah, blame
I'm
the
the same
kids.
exact way, though. I'm horrible. I'm horrible with time management. Everything that he just said is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Everything she said, I have the same exact
And the
problems with.
thing
It
is
took me a
that-
year to move my t-shirts from the couch to my drawer.
And he said it here. You are
Almost
the
a year. I'm not
worst.
joking.
Yes. You
Yet
know what?
Yet
I was
you
so
rearranged your
tired.
entire studio.
Girl, I
for
was
days.
so
But actually, hold
tired.
on a second. You barely moved anything.
How dare you to talk like that? I did all the hard moving here
You
because
did-
I'm a
Whoa,
man.
whoa, 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 whoa!
You did next to nothing.
I helped with the heavy
Yes,
lifting.
yes. You delicate hands didn't move anything.
Yes, I do have delicate hands.
Me?
Yeah.
Rough
My
hands.
gosh, how you there?
Rain and I move a lot.
Raina did move a lot.
Yeah.
Again,
What else can you say about his ugly living with me? I'm taking notes.
Oh, you better do. So sometimes he can be very particular about some things and completely ignore about other things. Like here in the studio, he's so meticulous about what or where he wants the
Simon?
things. But at
Yes,
home,
you do.
he's
Me?
like,
Yes.
I don't care. Simon, one of the kids might be dying. Let me know if he gets work.
The kids might be
Look
dead.
at you.
I'm
I'm
gonna
talking
be,
about the-
I'm
Oh,
you
gonna
have a
be
spare. Makes
editing,
sense.
okay?
The photography
I'm gonna be
equipment, though.
editing.
He
Like,
goes-
leave me alone for two,
he goes-
2 hours.
And he directs it at everybody, but he actually is trying to talk to me. Where he's like, "You need to make sure that the weight is on the front when you're doing this.
The what?
The weight and the light.
yeah,
you're like
yeah,
on the
Yeah,
front.
yeah, I was gonna fall.
Or
It's
like-
not gonna fall. That thing is so freaking sturdy. That one's not.
Yeah, it's like, do not touch my things, Diana.
Disrespect.
Do not touch my things.
Yeah,
But
they
it has
keep
been
moving my
there
things.
for a while. Like, I need to move them to
Okay.
clean it.
but then put it back.
Yeah.
Put it back. If it's in a particular place, don't move
It's
it.
my
and
freaking
then I
desk.
need to be like, hey, where is it? Fuck, I don't know.
I clean it. Like, who told you to clean my stuff? That was nasty.
But then the reverse is true, where it's like, oh, I can't find my keys. Do you know where they are? Oh yeah, they're upstairs on my desk under this book. And it's like,
Yeah.
boom, there they
yeah.
are.
Never for me.
No, never
No.
for you, because everything is
That's
constantly moving.
that's the photographer's husband's job, though. You
to
are
manage you
to manage me.
constantly
You are my
reinventing yourself.
You're my
Wow.
manager.
So that's one of the things that I really hate about
That hurt.
You know, when I was here in the studio with him, because before Reina, we've been like more than a year together here working together, right, in the studio. And he was like,
She's my
but I
second shooter.
asked you to put this here. You didn't do it. But I told you that you need to keep this here. And I always keep my lights off. And I always put my parabolic displays. And I always put them here. You're not listening
Always,
to me.
always,
Blah, blah, blah,
always.
blah,
No,
blah,
you
blah.
don't.
My
It's
umbrellas.
not
Of course
always.
not. My umbrellas are always here, this way. And I wish that he would be the same way at home. Like,
No, that's
you
you,
know,
are the queen of the house.
no. Wait, he keeps asking me, where are the cleaning stuff? Bro, he's been there like for the last 8 years. It's been in the same place. Why do you keep asking me, where is it? Like for the last 8 years, you haven't
Well, because
like
it's not there
looked
right now.
for it there?
I look for
How
it.
about I have a good question for you guys. So I think my number one problem as a creative is
That you suck.
no.
Oh.
Well, you do say that you suck sometimes.
I do.
And it's so
Only I can
annoying.
say I suck, Simon.
And it's so annoying.
Your job is to praise me and say, yes, young Padawan, you're doing good. Yes.
Young.
You're the one that sucks.
I'm about the Padawan, not about the young thing, but okay.
I am a lot younger than you, old man.
I'm 27.
No, you're not.
How many times have you turned 27?
How many
Twice.
times?
Damn.
Exactly. As a creative, your pride comes first. I'm also a Leo too, so the pride, that's my number one thing is I take pride in my work. I take pride in everything that I do. And
Egocentric creatives.
yes, that's all of us, every single one of us.
No,
No, not.
Because
it's not.
online we have a presence. You know, we have
Yes.
the brand, for example, especially now that, you know, you have your name as your brand, my name is my brand. And so when people see us online, they see perfection, they see headstrong, they see the ugly too, but they see us overcome that because we are the influencers. We are the people that carry it all and can keep it all together. But then
That sounds exhausting.
it is exhausting because then behind closed doors, they are the ones that have to take the brood of it of when we are not at that 100% because we have to keep a face for social media sometimes or to say, you know, I am the leader, I'm the influencer, you know, you should pay attention to me.
Hear me
You know,
roar.
Exactly, because I know this, but then behind closed doors, then it's I have the imposter syndrome. I feel like the failure. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So he is the emotional punching bag for me to just unleash onto you to be able to just, I don't know, whenever I'm not feeling 100%, then you're the person that, you know, is supposed to be there for me, I guess.
What do you say about the influence things? I don't think so because I honestly, social media to me, personally, it's annoying. And I don't want to present something different that I am not. And Raina can tell you this. Everything that we talk in social media is as it is. And you know, we're having a shitty month. This is what we're doing to, you know, to turn it over and try to make this happen.
Literally never seen you post that online. Everything
I post several times on my yes, I do.
Every single thing that you post online is come to my workshop. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be traveling. I'm badass. I have all of these. Yeah,
No, you miss a lot of stuff. Even with Raina, when we got Facebook Live, somebody asked, "Hey, what is the bad part of having a business?" Like, well, having a business, not the management time, and it's not like I would try to be like, "Oh, I'm perfect." Fuck no. I mean, we are human beings, and
Well,
we're
obviously.
far from perfect.
Yes.
And to me, the word influencer is not just.
it's not the perfection. You're trying to tell people that you have your shit together.
Yeah, I mean, even if I do photography professionally as a job since October 2022. I'm pretty much new in this business.
But you say, I'm good. I know what I'm doing. You should listen to me because I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, because it worked so far. That's what we got. I mean, I want to ask you something like this: how many people you know that worked so far in the little time with a business that I did?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah,
I mean,
you're right.
There
Yeah,
you go.
absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying.
You can absolutely.
This is what I'm doing.
So how do you divide the ego saying, "Oh, look at me, I'm hot shit," versus the authenticity of the imposter syndrome, where it's like, "Oh, I'm on the struggle bus."
I don't think he has imposter syndrome.
No,
I don't think he knows
I know,
what that is.
I know I'm a fucking great artist. I know who I am.
See?
I know my value. But I tell people, look, man, if I can make it, there have been months that we didn't collect a penny in the studio. All right? But that's why we got savings. And that's why we keep doing our things. I was telling Diana, and this was a real conversation, is my struggles doesn't have to affect my kids' life or our lifestyle. We can kind of skip or don't do things in certain ways for sometimes, but doesn't mean we have to chop them off or change it. Is no, we are used to having a good life. We're actually having a comfortable life. We're trying to tell people, hey man, look, this is working for me. This is what I did. If you think it can work for you, this is the map. I can tell you the best diet to lose 50 pounds in a month. If you don't follow it, that's not my problem. I don't like to lose, so that's why I'm like this. But you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't like to lose.
He's in his winter
Yeah,
art.
no.
He's bulking.
He's bulking.
I'm bulking. But you know
On
what I'm saying?
7-Eleven.
It's dependent.
Yeah.
One time they put me in the spot, somebody says, oh, well, if you got 10 people teaching your stuff, how many people they're going to be successful? It's as many as they want to. How hard? It's not how good that you think, it's how bad you want to be good at that things.
Absolutely.
I am obsessed with
So
my job.
when you do that though, you share to the masses and or your testimony and everything. At the end of the day, do you feel like you need recharge from someone? You've emptied your cup into everybody else. You've given everything that you are to the other people, whether it be your followers, whether it be,
well, that
and
happens
then
sometimes.
you go home and you need to be
It
refilled by her.
it used to happen a couple of times when we started, but because I was trying to pretend, as I told you, that door, as soon as walking to that door, people pay to see Simon Diaz. People don't pay to see Simon Rafael Diaz-Tipa. That is on my house.
Yeah.
That's Dad or Rafael and Sebastian. That's Diana's husband.
That's what I'm talking about.
Simon
on social
Diaz.
media. Yeah.
Simon Diaz, you need to come and see Simon Diaz. And I'm going to tell you as it is. If you ask me, hey, what is your best advice to start a business? Is don't start a business until you're sure that you're going to be able to actually
So you
sustain
agree.
your
So
business.
you agree then that the person that the people, your clients, walk through the door, the person that you see that you perform the service for, is different than when you come home and you are the parent and you are the spouse.
Yes and no, because I'm the same person 100%. I mean, Reina's been in my house. I've been with Reina 7 different times, just me and Reina, with nobody here. It's going to be exactly the same person.
Maybe it can be different. More like Simon Diaz, like a businessman, and Simon Diaz as a family, or like a just Simon Diaz.
I can separate my friendship and my business like that.
Yeah.
And I learned that since day one. And one of my good friends is Lindsay Adler, and she told me, well, I'm your friend, but this is a business. This is business. This is friendship. And I was, yeah, that's what we get along so cool. And that's what I love her.
Yep.
You know, when you come to the studio and it's, you know, business time is going to be business time. That's what I tell Reina. Hey, I'm paying you to do your job.
Yeah.
If we do something as a friends, hey, let's have fun, you
Yeah.
know?
Yep.
But when people try when people try to skip those things and try to be, everything is rainbows and flowers, I don't think people now is buying that things. People actually identifies more with your social media when you show the real person, the real human, the struggles, the hard times. We say, you know what?
Authenticity,
Yeah.
but not like,
Yeah.
oh, here, let me fabricate this struggle. That way
Yeah.
I can get sympathy votes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but we had really tough months.
Yeah.
There were months that we were like really thinking, oh my God, I really don't know how we're going to make it.
That's exactly
Right.
where we were.
And-
Just like 6 months ago.
And sometimes things happen from a sudden. Yeah, when you were in Peru, like he was stuck in there.
Yeah.
And we didn't
There's
know
nothing I
how
can
we
do
were
because
going to
I
be
have no
able to-
income. My
That's
visa
where
permit,
creativity also
a
comes
new
up.
ticket.
So that's how creativity also comes up. So when you're a creative person, you also find ways and solutions.
Oh, then I can always say that
Right?
something's going to
And
come up to my mind.
sometimes-
Don't worry
Sometimes
about it.
it comes. If it comes from one side, from the other side, we need always to find a solution.
That's the hustling, baby.
We always are thinking how to fix
I'm a
things.
hustler. I can tell you that.
Sometimes Simon is like, oh my gosh, this is happening. Okay. So Simon always thinking about what is gonna happen on future or what is happening. Then sometimes we don't want our kids to be affected with that.
Right.
But at the same time, we want them also to see that what their parents are doing and not just live in a bubble that nothing happens to them.
We don't
So
just work 9 to 5s.
exactly.
You
So-
can do the creative thing and be successful.
Exactly. So there are some times that we say, hey, we have this in our budget. if you want this, yeah, of course. And there are some times that, you know what, you can't have it right now. You will have it when we can afford it.
Just
And
keep in
that's
mind,
it.
we don't have
A fancy life. We do not have.
we got
like,
a good life. I tell my
we
I want to
have a
have
good
money.
life.
If my kids want ice cream, let's go for ice cream. I don't want to buy a Ferrari. I don't want to buy a mansion.
The
That's not my
Nissan
plans,
GTR sounds really good,
right?
though.
That's actually pretty cool.
I thought
Right.
back in
But-
2020, I thought that we were going to get you that Nissan GTR. I mean, we will eventually one day.
But you know what I'm saying is it's not I wanna flex my money online. No, we got a good life. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
we made certain amount of money. We also have some expenses. We got some unexpected expenses sometimes, and it's kind of like shit. Like my car, the brakes they were bad, so Diana's Raina's dad has to fix them. Now I have to change my tires. Now I have to change some of my windows.
always something.
And
Oh, and
all
there's
those
been
things.
times where they've had to bankroll. I mean, he's had to bankroll me to be
Yeah.
able to keep the business alive, or
Yeah.
to be able to, you know, and it's,
And
Yeah,
it's
that
so we
happens.
make my very first year as a photographer, my very first year rookie, like zero knowledge, we made 160,000.
yeah, that's
Damn.
crazy. That's unheard of. People don't do that.
Yeah.
But people online watching, if you're Simon Diaz, then maybe your first year you'll make it, or if you study under him, maybe you'll make it 160 in the first.
How much did you make in your first year?
Negative 5,000.
Negative, because I had to do
paid-
refunds.
Yes, you did. That's
Yeah,
right.
but you know, I mean, we know. I mean, when we focus on do things is, and she can tell you, when we focus to do something for social media, I don't like social media. I'm against social media. Unfortunately, social media is part of my business. I had to be there because I need to make money. And when we use social media is, hey, we want to do some posts because we want to sell something. But when we do Facebook Live, when we do the classes, we talk about lighting, they start talking about business. And then, Simon, what would you recommend you want to start my business? And the answer was the same. Don't do it. How many lights should I buy? Buy one if you have the money. When you got your studio, I went to your studio. Indiana actually said, wow, this place is amazing. And we were kind of we should guide a studio like that with divisions and everything like that. And Diana, best
Oh my
compliment I ever had in my life from her was when we walk in and somebody asked her, so this is a beautiful place. And Diana said, oh yeah, when we got this place, it looked like shit. And Simon has a vision to make it happen. So that's why we have this thing now. And
Because I thought it was a terrible idea.
yeah. And now
But, yeah.
the fact that we still have this place with
trust.
all the problems that we have, because I mean you are here for a year and you heard me like kicking walls and like screaming at shit for every stuff like that. We're still here. And that's what I'm saying. It's this our struggle is fucking real. I mean, the day you told me you closed your studio, I was sad for you. I was really sad.
Oh yeah, I knew I'd be back.
I told Diana is we need to help Carly. And Diana was, how can we help Carly? I don't know. We need to figure it out.
Yeah.
So we've been there. We've been in a situation where we needed to get out of the garage because
love my
it
first
was
studio.
invading. It was
In Bothell.
invading our personal space, and I was starting to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, we got
So-
people up in the room.
oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
for real.
we didn't know what kind of person was always coming in. You know,
Yeah.
so it is now our house that they were. So we were like, you know what, Simon, you already have enough toys. You need to get out of the house. Like,
And we moved
for
to
real.
Bothell to
Get out of the house.
Village something? Country
No,
Village.
Country Village. It was a
In
beautiful
Bothell?
place.
And then they told me, well, you need to be out. When I came back to the studio, I was so sad that I almost quit photography. Like I told you, let's sell everything. Mike, you know my friend Mike Bloser? He told me, don't do it. Let's stay. And I was, no, I don't have my studio. I feel like shit. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Sell
and then-
everything.
But you know what? We also have the opportunity of meet like beautiful people. We met Betty, who let us have a space
Yeah.
in the quinceañera.
I walk in for a
dress.
quinceañera dress and I walk out with the
store.
studio. That's what the old studio. And when your situation happened, I told Diana, you know, Betty helped us out. We need to return the favor to, you know, to life or whatever you want to name it. We need to help Carly out. So that's what I was pushing to you
Oh,
since
yeah.
I don't know how long
It was like months. It was
for
like
you to
6,
come
7
here.
months.
Yeah.
It was even before the accident, because the accident's what made us close, and that's what made me.
No,
need
there's
to
one
take a
little
step
piggy
back.
less.
One little piggy less, but she's good. And I mean, I think that because of the closure, we were not in a good spot where we were there either, because We weren't getting the storefront doesn't matter. Where you're at on the street does not matter because the people that are walking down the street are not your ideal client anyways.
We do it because we want to, not because we want to flex on social media. Social media to me again is just to promote my work, to post a picture, get my back scratched and be like beautiful pictures, or get my sponsors, not to flex or be like, hey, look at me, I'm some funky Simon Diaz and I'm awesome. No, I don't do that.
Yeah, that's true. Oh no, you don't.
But all of that is true. He is Simon Diaz. He is awesome.
Yep.
He does like the flex, but mostly on everyone currently in this room.
Okay, so I think that a really good ending question for the spouses in the room, and I think I'll start with you.
Oh boy.
If you had to give one piece of advice to a creative spouse, what do you think it would be?
I'm praying for you. Good luck. No, in all seriousness, finding what works for you and your spouse to try and find that middle ground and like make sure that you both stick to that. You're a spouse for a reason. They captivated you at one point with all of their creative nonsense and like, oh, look how bright and like glowing they are. And just like the bug zapper, you got to go towards it and just lean into it. And yeah, you might get burned a little bit, but
So you're saying that I'm the bug zapper and you're the bug?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Captivating. I'm just,
I look like a bug zapper.
look away from the light. I can't help it.
I'm right. Exactly.
I think like it is still part of the relationship of being, a partner. So as a partner, being supportive and also with communication, like having some faith, sometimes having some faith in their own dreams because they have a purpose of what they want, what they're doing, and what makes them happy. If it's something that makes him happy, of course, I'm gonna support him. At some point.
Happy endings.
At some point. No, nice try. But
This close. I know.
Like
Swing and a miss.
You know what's funny? You marry her knowing that she's a photographer. We married 10 years ago, and I started doing photography like 6 years ago. So I wasn't planning to be a photographer, to be honest. I was happily working in a pawn shop.
She wasn't planning on being a photographer either. She was going to go to school. She was going to become a doctor.
Simon always tricks me to get what he wants.
Oh, yeah. I was telling her, oh, honey, I'm going to give you a surprise. It was a surprise. Oh, and I start putting music. All the music, like, Another One Bites the Dust, or, like Cherry Funk, something like that.
No idea.
And everything was ding, 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 all bass. And she was, what the fuck? Simon, I don't get a clue.
Is
I'm
it when
giving
you
all
bought
the clues.
Is it when you bought the bass?
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
my God.
It started with the letter I.
That was her surprise,
And
is
she
that
was
you
like,
bought a
with
bass?
I? Yeah, why is that? I bought a bass. And she was like,
Love
but
that.
okay, let's wrap up. Thank you guys for watching. And see you next time. Say bye-bye, punks.
Bye.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
Social media.
Don't say
Social
bad
media.
words.